Today we're going to talk about step 6 in the SAP process, which is follow-up testing. And this one trips up a lot of drivers, especially when it comes to the follow-up testing plan. I get a lot of questions, and so let's clear it up right here. I'm Cindy. I'm a DOT qualified SAP in Florida and South Carolina. And this channel, I break down the SAP process so CDL drivers know exactly what to expect and how to get back to work. And if that's helpful to you, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss the videos. Here's how follow-up testing works. DOT requires a minimum of 6 follow-up tests per year, and then the length of the follow-up testing plan, the minimum is a year up through 5 years. The SAP decides. So, here's what you should expect from your employer. Randoms, it's a minimum of 6 per year, and follow-ups is a minimum of 6 per year. So I always encourage drivers to look at it like you should be tested at least once a month, right? Because that equals 12. So if that doesn't happen, that's a problem. Also, with regards to the follow-up testing plan, the SAP creates it after the follow-up, right? They send the driver a copy of the letter that says you're eligible for return to duty testing, but they don't send you page 2, which is the follow-up testing plan. That can only go from a SAP to your employer or a SAP to a drug testing consortium. That's it. The driver does not get that. On that follow-up testing plan, it'll say, the amount of tests, which the minimum 6, but the SAP can increase it, as well as how long the plan will be. And then your employer will implement that. If you go months without a follow-up, that's a red flag. Or if you're only being pulled in for randoms, that's another red flag. These follow-up tests are not optional. They're required by DOT. So if your company isn't testing monthly, that's not just their mistake. It puts your CDL at risk and drags out this SAP process. So you have to really find companies that really know what they're doing with regards to the SAP, because I've had drivers in the past that get strung along for years in this follow-up testing phase because their employer wasn't testing them right. And the problem with the employers is if they get audited by DOT, it's not your fault, the driver. It's the company's fault, and they can get fined up to $5,800 an incident. So they need to get it right. And they need to get it right for you so that you can stay on the road and you can complete the SAP process, because once the follow-up testing plan is completed, the employer will go into the clearinghouse, enter the end date, and then that'll check off step 6. So then the violation will still be on your record for 5 years, but at least it won't be an active case. It'll be all 6 steps are checked off. You're done with the SAP. So here's the bottom line. Step 6, you should be getting at least 6 follow-up tests per year and 6 randoms per year. If you're not getting tested monthly, that's a huge red flag with your company. So I would talk to HR or your safety manager about the problem. And if you need more help, I've linked down below in the description the link to the free resources that I've created, as well as there is a resource for HR or the safety managers if they don't understand what they're supposed to do with regards to follow-up testing. I made something just for them to guide them through the process. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. I'll keep breaking down each step of the SAP process so that you can protect your CDL and keep working and staying on the road. And by the way, thank you for what you do. You are truly appreciated.